Hey G.I. Joe fans, welcome to this Easter episode of a G.I. Joe toy review, where today we are looking at the Deceptive Warfare Specialist Psyche-Out. And being it is Easter, there's no shout-outs of the week, so we're going to start with Psyche-Out's file card. As you see a picture of Psyche-Out right there with the G.I. Joe logo. And he does come with the hand pistol, but I got mine with Tiger Force Psyche-Out. And which I have yet to get to review, so we'll probably do that at a later time. And it says Deceptive Warfare, codename Psyche-Out. File name, Rich Kenneth D. Primary military specialty is psychological operations. He's a PSYOP. His grade is an O2. Secondary military specialty is social services counselor. So he deals with helping people get on their feet mentally, or whatever. Well, social services, that's more of like trying to get them the financial aid they need. Birthplace is San Francisco, California. Psyche-Out got his degree in psychology from Berkeley and worked on various research projects involving the inducement of paranoia by means of low-frequency radio waves. Posted to the Psychological Operations Command at Fort Bragg, he continued his pioneering work in numerous classified PSYOP and military information support operations (MISO) against the legions of Cobra. While destroying enemy assets is crucial to any battle, it is the psychological struggle to persuade, change, or influence their minds that seals the victory. With complicated thinking and multiple layers of deception, along with using portable transmitters to hijack enemy broadcasts and relay misinformation, Psyche-Out already has them doubting their loyalty before the first shot. By the time the smoke clears, enemy soldiers are often begging to be taken prisoner. Quote at the bottom says, "A tactical mind is always thinking multiple moves ahead." I like this file card, and I kind of like how they're displaying him, even though we'll get to it later with his uniform. But I like how they're doing it, and more on the character later. But let's look at his accessories. Figure stand, upraised G.I. Joe logo, codename Psyche-Out. And he does come with this backpack, and it does open, which I would have kept a pistol in here, but like I said, I put it with Tiger Force Psyche-Out. He's got this little hand pistol, or assault rifle, and he does have this radio transmitter, and the thing does pop out. And he did have two little satellite dishes that went onto his arms, but I put them in my loose bin barrel because I really don't like that concept. It's already bad enough he's got this unmovable headgear thing, which I think is good because it covers his ears so he doesn't have to hear the low frequency wave and get paranoid. But let's look at the figure. He's blind with this, like I said, he's got this radio transceiver. Back in the G1, this was removable, and it got frequently lost. Trust me, I lost mine right after I first got it. And then he's got this green over-top shirt with this silver body chest thing, but it does have the red splotches on it. And he's got the gray long sleeve shirt things. And they do got the black buttons right there at the elbow joint, just below the elbow joint on the forearms. And his head does rotate the first full 360. Like, you really need a human to do that. But hey, it's there. His arm can raise to about here. Can rotate full 360 all the way around. Well, this one, it kind of... Let me see if I can get this arm to do it. Yeah, this arm does rotate all the way around. See, I did have to glue his hand here because it kept popping out. But he does bend at the elbow. And he can rotate at the elbow, the full 360. And I'll show you the wrist articulation on this hand. You know, but every time you turn around, this hand kept popping out, so I had to glue it in place. You know, I don't suggest doing it. I hope your example doesn't do that. My Tiger Force Psyche-Out does the same exact thing. So it might be on every Psyche-Out mode. But he does have the ab crunch. And his legs do split. But I hope yours doesn't have to pop out hands. You know, knees, he can lift his leg up so high. Knee has a double bend, which is cool. He can bend at the ankle, as well as rotate at the ankle. So let's go ahead and set this guy up with his figure stand. Put his backpack on. Put the rifle in the hand and put his sound thing in the other. And then we have Psyche-Out. Like I said, you know, he does have the two satellite dish pieces on his, that goes onto his arms. But like I said, I don't like that look. I think that look rather sucks. But that's me. But, he's still a good looking figure just like this. But I mean, if you, like I've said many times before, if you're a completist, just put them on his arms, and you really got his look. And, but I think, you know, he likes to get around more without the dishes. I would use the dishes if they were in battle. But, you know, it is what it is. Sorry about that, I had an itch. But, you know, this is a top tier figure, even though a lot of people has complained about him because the neon light and his specialty of being a psyop. I mean, you know, with him being a deceptive warfare, you would think that's more of a Cobra thing. But the U.S. military does use that, you know, from time to time. Because, you know, every military, any country does that from time to time. Because you want to win a war. You do want your enemies to adapt their abilities. You do want your enemies to really feel like they can't beat you. So, I mean, it is what it is. But this is a top tier figure. It's good to have in your collection. I would say get it, especially the Tiger Force. Being that the figure subscription service did bring us Tiger Force Psyche-Out, which was originally a European figure in the vintage line. You could only get Tiger Force Psyche-Out in Europe. So I never knew that one existed back in the day. But, now that I'm a collector and I was able to get Tiger Force Psyche-Out, I'm glad I got him. And, but that will do it for this G.I. Joe episode for today. And now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Peace.